Hey there, y'all. Welcome back to my channel. I'm Julie Paige Morgan, and I'm really grateful that you stopped to spend some time with me today. We're going to be talking about skincare today for over 50. Before this video is over, I really hope that you'll give me a thumbs up like, and I hope that you will subscribe to my channel. Hit the little notification bell as well, and that way you won't miss any future uploads. It's never too late to start a good skincare regimen. Now, the earlier you start, the less damage you're going to have to try to negate, and I keep trying to tell my 16-year-old granddaughter this, but she doesn't want to listen. I hope she listens before it's too late. I didn't really start skincare until I was 42 years old. What I've been using through trial and error over these past 19 or so years has really made a difference in my skin. Now, I gotta give a disclaimer. I'm not a doctor, I'm not an esthetician, I'm not a dermatologist. I'm just some woman in Arkansas. But I do want to tell you about the things that I have used that I have seen make a positive difference in my skin as far as texture and all that other good aging stuff goes. Our skin, of course, is our largest organ in our bodies. And a lot of people, when you tell them about your skincare, they say, oh, you know, you're just trying to be young, or my favorite, you're trying too hard. And I thought, trying too hard to take care of the largest organ in my body? Would they say that about my liver or my kidneys or my heart? I don't think so. And the healthier your skin is, the better it looks. That makes your mind feel better too when you know that you look good. So I think skin deserves just as much care, just as much attention as any other organ in your body. After all, it's what holds everything in. So it deserves to be healthy and it deserves to be taken care of the best way that we know how. My skincare regimen for the morning, which is what we're going to be talking about today, may seem a little involved, but y'all, I can whip that out in 5 minutes, get it all on my face, and then go on to my makeup application. So while there are several products involved, it doesn't take very long at all to put them on. And there are things that have made a difference in my skin, a positive difference, things that I can see and feel, and the way my skin behaves. So these are the things that I use. And if you're interested in any of them and might want to try them out for yourself, I'll list them all in the description box below. So if you're interested, you can just click on the link and go find them and see what you think for yourself. The first thing I do in the morning is, of course, wash my face with lukewarm water. That's it. I don't use a cleanser in the morning. I was watching Gemma at Pampered Wolf. I will link her channel below. If you've not yet seen any of Gemma's videos, you really need to. She's got a beautiful British accent. She's also a registered esthetician. So when she talks about skincare, I listen. And she had mentioned that if you do a double cleanse at night, like I do, to get all my makeup off, you've cleansed your skin with a cleanser twice. If you also do it in the morning with a cleanser just once, that means that you have cleansed your face with a detergent, a cleanser, 3 times in one day. And cleansing, no matter how gentle your cleanser may be, it's still going to strip away the natural barrier and some of the natural oils that your skin really needs to behave well. So she said that she had stopped using a cleanser in the morning. That sounded like a really good idea to me, because after I've slept, I know that the products that I put on at night have already absorbed into my skin. They have gone down deep and they've started working, and they're not sitting on the surface of my skin anymore. So why should I use a cleanser on my face? So I just started using lukewarm water and a nice soft microfiber cloth, and I've seen a great difference in my skin. It's not nearly as dried out. I don't get that tight feeling that I used to get when I used to cleanser in the morning, no matter how gentle and moisturizing that cleanser was. So in the morning, it's just lukewarm water and a very nice soft microfiber cloth that gets me going, and I'm ready to start my skincare products. The first thing I start off with is a glycolic toner. I like to use an exfoliator because as we age, the skin cells that die on our face are slower to fall off or to exfoliate off. And so that can leave us looking a little dull, a little lifeless, kind of gray. And that's not the look that we're going for at all, is it? Because once those dead skin cells fall off, new skin cells can come out, and they're a lot brighter and a lot happier looking, and that makes us look happier too, right? So I do start off with a glycolic acid toner to exfoliate, and my favorite is from Pixi, and it is their Glow Tonic. I just put a little of this on a cotton pad, and then I just gently swipe it all across my face, all of my face, including my ears. I also get my neck and I get my chest. And if you're thinking about why in the world are you doing your ears, I heard Melissa55, I will also link her channel below as well. I heard her one time say, you know, you don't take care of your ears and you're going to end up with little old man ears. And I thought, I don't want little old man ears. And I had not been doing anything but putting sunscreen on my ears for years. So yeah, my ears get on my skincare too, and that includes my glycolic acid toner. This is non-irritating for me anyway. It has a very soft, gentle fragrance that goes away as soon as it dries, and it does wonders for my skin as far as helping with cell turnover and helping my skin look brighter. It's always the first product that I put on my face in the morning. I follow up my glycolic acid toner with an essence. I used this essence for a while, but I didn't think it was doing anything, so I stopped using it. And then I realized after looking at my skin that yeah, it definitely was doing a lot for my skin. So I put it right back into my rotation again, and it is the essence from Tatcha. It is just full of micronutrients, and when you put those on your face, they help plump the skin to make it look more youthful and less saggy and haggard, and they also soften the skin, and it gives a really great hydration boost. It's the first shot of hydration for my skin every morning. This one's almost gone. I've got a backup. Like I said, I quit using it and I noticed detrimental effect to my skin when I wasn't using this. So it's back in rotation and it's going to stay there. It's a really nice watery consistency, and it just, I don't know, it just feels so good going out in the morning. My skin just kind of goes, ah! So I know it's doing really great things for my skin. Right now I am using 2 separate eye creams, and there's a reason for that. The first one that I put on is one that I've been using probably about 2 years. I really love it because it is ultra hydrating, and it's made a great difference in how dry my under eyes are. And it's the age correcting eye cream with super hyaluronic acid, collagen, and caffeine, and it's by Hada Labo. Like I said, I've been using it for about 2 years. It's really inexpensive. I get mine from Amazon. I don't know what super hyaluronic acid is that they say, but whatever it is extremely hydrating. I have noticed a big difference in my under eyes. I've started putting this eye cream all around my eyes in the morning. It sinks right in. And of course, the less dry your skin is, the less noticeable that fine lines and wrinkles are. So this really helps out with that. It helps the appearance of my eyes. The caffeine, it helps tighten a little bit, not to where you feel, but tightening the skin a little bit. That's kind of a temporary effect. It doesn't last a long time. It's a really nice way to start the morning. And collagen, I don't know how much collagen actually gets into my skin from the eye cream, but if any does, that's going to help. So that's my first eye cream that I put on in the morning. My second one I haven't been using very long. I'd heard about it from another YouTuber, and for the life of me, I can't remember who was talking about it. But I went online and I started looking, and all of the reviews were just stellar. People talking about how their skin around their eyes was tightened and firmed and lifted and looked so much better. Well, with these severely hooded eyes, I need all the lifting action that I can get on them. I mean, they rest right on my eyelashes. They're interfering with my vision. They're making the dry eye that I have worse. And my eye doctor has even said something about having to have surgery to take some of those pads out to get them lifted. Well, if I can lift it a little bit without a knife, that's really the way that I want to go. So I tried out this eye cream. It's the Derma E Stem Cell Eye Lifting Treatment, and it's got copper peptides and Kakadu plum. I really like this eye cream. Now, I've only been using it for 4 or 5 weeks maybe, so I haven't seen any major firming and lifting action going on, but it sure does feel good going on. It's a very lotiony consistency, very thick, but when you start spreading it out, it just really smooths out and it sinks into my skin. You can't even see it anymore. It feels good, and if it will lift, tighten, firm, all the good things all the reviewers said, that will be absolutely wonderful. But like I said, I haven't been using it very long. I'm going to continue at least until this little tube is used up, and then I'll let you know if it really did anything and whether or not it's going to stay in my AM skincare routine. And now it's time for my serums. I have 2 antioxidant serums that I always use every single morning. Antioxidants are a must for any skin, really, because they build up a barrier on your skin that helps fight off nasty toxins and pollution and things like free radicals. And I know everybody's heard about free radicals, so I looked them up to see what they were. And what they are damaged and mutated cells, if you will, that are just wandering around and trying to find healthy cells that they can steal material from to make themselves well again. Well, when they get into your skin and they start stealing all the good stuff from your skin cells, then you're left with damaged skin cells, and that can lead to dullness and dryness and more fine lines and wrinkles and even worse things down the road. So an antioxidant will build up a nice wall and bump those things right out of there. In addition to that, the first antioxidant I use every morning, which is vitamin C, sends all kinds of little goodies down into your skin, and it attaches to the cells that have been damaged by free radicals, and it helps to repair them. So it's doing double duty. The vitamin C that I use is from Timeless, and it's their vitamin C, vitamin E, and ferulic acid serum. The reason I use the one from Timeless is because I know that it's fresh. One thing about vitamin C, it's extremely unstable. It doesn't last very long. That's just the nature of the beast. That's why vitamin E and ferulic acid is in this formulation in small amounts. It's to help the vitamin C remain stable and to extend its shelf life. When vitamin C is fresh, it is one of the best antioxidants that you could possibly put on your face. That is, if it is ascorbic acid vitamin C. There are 2 kinds. There's ascorbic acid and then there's ester vitamin C. If you're putting ester vitamin C on your face, you might as well just be splashing it with water, because ester vitamin C does absolutely nothing as far as protecting or helping to repair your skin cells. The ascorbic acid vitamin C is the one that does that. And as I mentioned, you want it to be fresh. So if you're getting it from somewhere like, say, TJ Maxx or Marshalls, just know that your vitamin C that you get from there was sitting on some store shelf somewhere for Lord knows how long before it was sent to TJ Maxx or Marshalls, and then it's been sitting there for Lord knows how long. So it's probably really lost any effectiveness that it could have had for you. Timeless makes up your vitamin C when you order it, so you know it's fresh. It is also in an airless pump decanter where you just pump one pump out to put on your face. No air can get in here. No light can get in here. Also, I keep mine in my little mini fridge here in my makeup room, and that helps to extend it too. I've had this for probably 4.5, 5 months. There's still quite a bit left, and it's still really good. Vitamin C is at its best when it is absolutely clear like water. When it gets a slight yellow tinge, it's still okay, but when it gets dark yellow or orange, toss it out, because it's not any good then. It won't hurt you, but it's not doing anything for you. So you probably do want a good vitamin C serum in your morning skincare routine. If you get one, just make sure that it's something that's actually doing something good for your skin. Always add a second antioxidant in the morning. I want to fight off all the free radicals and all the toxins and all the pollutions that I possibly can. Plus, this next antioxidant that I put on has an extra added benefit. It's also from Timeless, and it's their coenzyme Q10 serum, and it's got Matrixyl 3000 in it. This great little product not only fights off all the nasties that are trying to get in my skin, it also helps boost collagen production. And collagen is, of course, that wonderful thing that we're all born with and we have an overabundance of when we're younger, that helps keep our skin look bouncy and plump and alive. But of course, course, as we age, collagen production really slows down. And when you lose collagen, you start losing any kind of firmness in your skin. This helps to put it back. I use 4 drops in the morning, just rub it together on my hands and then press it into my face. I keep this in my mini fridge too. Feels really good going on cold. It's lasted for quite a long time. I think I've had this 5 or 6 months. I've still got plenty left, and it's one that I repurchase every time I start getting low. It's another one that I had stopped using for a while, and my skin told me pretty quick that it wanted it back. So now it's back in my rotation every morning. The next step in my morning skincare routine is probably one of my favorites, because this product just not only feels so good going on, but I know it does wonderful things for my skin. I have seen such a huge difference after using it. And it is the Protini Polypeptide Cream from Drunk Elephant. This is jam-packed with 9 signal peptides. It's got growth factors, amino acids, pygmy water lilies. It's full of micronutrients and proteins, and that really does help the appearance of your skin. My skin just drinks this in. It loves it. It feels so good going on. This is a very moisturizing formula as well. I know that there are some people who use it as their main moisturizer. Since my skin is so severely dry and dehydrated most of the time, no matter what I do to it, it isn't heavy enough to be my main moisturizer, but it sure does give a great shot of hydration, and all the peptides that are in here have really made a difference in my skin as far as making it look healthier, making it feel healthier, and that makes me feel better too. I use about a half a pump in this, and I smooth it all over my face and my neck, ears, and my skin visibly appears better almost immediately. I haven't been able to find a less expensive dupe for the Protini Polypeptide Cream because it is very unique. However, Olay, the Regenerist line, it does have a lot of peptides in it. So if this is a little bit too pricey, and it's pricey, I think this is 68 bucks. So if you're looking for something that is a little bit more affordable but does have some really great peptides, you might check out any of the Olay Regenerist line, especially the one in the red jar. I've used several of them, and the one in the red jar always worked better for me. Since the Protini doesn't act as my main moisturizer, I do put another one on top. And it doesn't bother me to do that because the one I use is jam-packed full of ceramide. And it's the CeraVe PM Facial Moisturizing Lotion. The ceramides that are in here really help cell turnover, which again, we're knocking out those dead, dry, dull skin cells and letting the new ones come forward to make our skin brighter and healthier. And this product is full of ceramides. In fact, that's what CeraVe is for, Cera for ceramides. They do have an AM. This is the PM. The AM has an SPF in it. I don't particularly like the texture of that one or the way it feels or the way it behaves on my skin. My daughters like it. There's nothing wrong with it. That's just personal preference. If you like the AM one, go ahead and get that. If you don't want to deal with that, just go ahead and get the PM one. It doesn't have SPF in it, but the ingredients are exactly the same. I've been using this for 5 or 6 years now, and it has never disappointed me once. It's my go-to AM moisturizer. The last step in my morning skincare routine is, no joke, the most important. I could do without any of the other things that I've just talked about, but I cannot do without this one, and that is my sunscreen. I use the tinted EltaMD Skincare UV Elements Broad Spectrum with an SPF of 44. This is a mineral sunscreen, and unlike a lot of the mineral sunscreens I've used, this one is not drying at all. Once I have it on, my skin feels normal. My primer and my makeup go on perfectly over it, and I really have enjoyed using this one since I first heard about it. It's got a very light tint to it, so I can see exactly where I'm putting it on my face. It goes over every square inch of my face. It goes down my neck. It goes over my ears. Don't forget the tops of your ears. And then I let it sit for about 15 minutes or so to make sure that it's on there, that it is set down, dried down a little bit, and then I start my makeup routine. You can't go without sunscreen. If you're not going to wear anything else on your face ever, that's fine. However, you do need to wear a sunscreen. Angie from Hot and Flashy, I will link her channel below for you just in case you haven't ever seen any of her videos. You really need to. She once said something that really stuck with me. She said that while she has heard about people dying of skin cancer because it happens way too often. She's never heard of anybody dying from sunscreen, and that's right. You really do need a sunscreen, and you need one that has at least an SPF of 30. Now, if you're like me and you use a foundation that has a sunscreen in it, mine has an SPF of 45. Don't rely on that for your sunscreen, because to get the actual SPF that is listed on your bottle of sunscreen or on your foundation, this is supposed to have an SPF of 45 in it, but to get an SPF of 45 with this foundation, I would have to put a 1/4 teaspoon of foundation on my face. That is not an attractive look at all. Gemma from Pampered Wolf actually did it to prove how much foundation you would have to put on your face to get the actual SPF. I will find that video and link it for you below. You will not believe the way a 1/4 teaspoon of foundation looks on your face. It looks like it was just spray painted on. It's terrible. A 1/4 teaspoon of this doesn't look terrible. This just goes on, it sinks in, it starts doing what it's supposed to do. A 1/4 teaspoon of this looks terrible. So I would much rather use a 1/4 teaspoon of this and get the protection that my skin needs. Make sure when you're getting your SPF that you get one that is broad spectrum, so it will protect against UVA and UVB light. You can not only help your complexion look better with this, but you can also avoid skin cancer. This is a very important thing. If you're not using sunscreen, honestly, you might as well not be using any other skincare at all, because the UV light is going to completely undo any benefit that you have derived from using any other skincare products. And that is how I do my morning skincare routine. As I mentioned earlier, it only takes about 5 minutes to put all this on, and then of course there's the 15 minutes between my putting on my sunscreen and letting it sink down enough to be able to put on my primer and my makeup. I usually use those 15 minutes to go in, get another cup of coffee, maybe even start getting dressed, run a brush through my hair, all that good stuff, and then by the time that's over with, and then my sunscreen is sunk in. 5 minutes and 15 minutes to set my sunscreen. That's it. And I have noticed great benefits from these products. Now, you know, your mileage may vary. Some of these products may not be great for you. I do have very dry skin. I have enlarged pores. I have a lot of texture. And these are the things that have helped my skin to look and feel better and to be more healthy. My PM skincare routine is a little bit more involved. Although it has quite a few more products in it, it doesn't take me that much longer than it does to do my AM skincare routine. I'm going to be uploading that video later this week, so I really hope that you'll subscribe and you'll hit the notification bell, and that way you will get one notification from YouTube that I have done an upload. So if you're interested in seeing it, you won't miss it. And I really hope that you will give this video a thumbs up like, and I hope that you'll share it with somebody who you think might be interested in beauty, skincare, and lifestyle for over 50. Thanks again for spending some of your time with me today. I'm so grateful. I really appreciate it, and I'm looking forward to seeing you next time.